Hi, everyone. Gary Bunnell here. So the first video was about what we are as humans, physical body, evolving spirit, and an eternal soul. And when we think about the Earth Spirit and her manifest reality, she has literally created all the life on Earth. And I say she, uh, it sounds better than it. So Gaia is this incredible being of 13 particles from the consciousness of the creator. And as such, she is a master creator. So she's been to other worlds and created. She's here creating this reality. And so our body and our spirit are her manifestations. Our soul is a particle from Creator God. And as such, that particle is witness to Gaia's creation. Now, how did we get that particle? Souls, eternal souls, travel from system to system, witnessing creation. And yes, everything is of the creator, but there are very specific aspects of creation that exist without the immediate understanding of creator God. And these particles, these eternal souls, come into those areas to witness that creation. And this is how God fully understands its creation. So these eternal particles, these eternal souls, transmigrate from system to system. A lot of the soul groups that are on Earth right now are from the Pleiades, from Orion, some from another galaxy, Andromeda, and Vega, Cassiopeia, and they all come here to witness this creation because it's very different than most other creations. A lot of other creations simply have a body and a soul. They don't have a spirit. So in other worlds, there will be a body that's created, and then the soul inhabits the body, and the body is created for a very specific set of abilities and for a duration. And so when that soul then witnesses that creation, it goes on, to the next system. Well, on Earth, it's different because we have an Earth spirit that's been every form of life on Earth, plant and animal. It holds within it all of that knowledge. And so when the eternal soul that has been to all these other systems comes in, the eternal soul then receives all of that knowledge of all life on Earth from that spirit's very first moment. So what you get is this incredible exchange of information, if you will, between the eternal soul and the spirit. The gift the eternal soul brings to the human spirit and the body is the opportunity to return that spirit and body back to pure energy. And that's the process of ascension. So as an earth spirit has explored and in every aspect has satisfied itself, it begins to expand its awareness into soul consciousness. The soul then begins to prepare the spirit for ascension and returning that incredible energy back into what Gaia would use in the next system that Gaia goes to create, manifest another world. And so well, I don't want to forget this. When the soul connects the awareness, the spirit awareness to universal mind, that soul can then take that spirit with it to the next system. So a lot of the souls that have come to Earth have in fact brought spirits here from other worlds. And there are life forms here on Earth that were originated in other systems, that once the eternal soul came in with that piggyback spirit begins to develop that form of life. So it's almost like there's a collaboration with Gaia. And when we look at Gaia, Gaia is this amazing celestial deity that if you could see that energy, it's bands of energy, and each band of energy has a corresponding life form on Earth. And as conditions and circumstances change within Gaia's manifestation, those bands can blend with each other and change. And so life forms can take on new aspects. The dinosaurs became the birds, and etc. So eternal souls, in order to collaborate with a human body and an evolving spirit, they have to come through a network of energy that was created by logos. And it's like Gaia's boundary. Outside of Gaia's boundary is this incredible energy network, like a spider web almost. And what has created that spider web of energy are 12 logos. And those logos, one from each of the parallel universes, the 12 universes. So one logos is from our universe, and then the others are from those other 11. And they bring that energy to assist in the process of allowing souls to come into Gaia's consciousness or Gaia's manifest reality. And so when a soul comes in through a logos, it immediately, once it's through, it immediately enjoins with another soul of identical harmonic. And the reason for this is that if it didn't, the closer those souls descend into Gaia's consciousness, it's almost like this profound seductive state where if you had not enjoined for each other, you would probably get lost in this reality, because Gaia's consciousness is profoundly seductive. In other systems where there's just a body and a soul, it's not like that. But because there's a body, spirit, and a soul, that spirit aspect is what really gets sticky. And when the soul begins to work with the spirit awareness toward ascension, to take that physical body and that spirit back to pure energy, the pure energy of Gaia, then that we call that ascension. And then that energy can also aid in developing life systems in other realities. And so our eternal soul is basically a guide. Once spirit awareness gets to a certain level, then the eternal soul becomes a guide for that spirit toward the ascension process. Prior to the ascension, there's enlightenment, where the spirit awareness becomes connected to universal mind. And then right after that, shortly after that, there's illumination. And then liberation is the final step. And that's where these enjoined souls separate. They no longer need that enjoining to ensure that they get out of Gaia's creation. And that's where the ascension begins to happen. Jesus is one of our most dominant examples of that. There have been many ascensions in the history of humanity. Jesus being probably the most dominant example. And when you really think of what we are and what this creation is all about, you begin to realize that yes, in creation, there are what we think of as atomically based structures. But what commands those structures is the mind of creator and the mind of a co-creator like Gaia. So here we are, humans on Earth, and everything is mind. Gaia's manifest mind, creator's mind, everything is mind. All the boundaries that you experience, the physical structures, it's all mind. And when you begin to understand that, it really is difficult to understand when somebody says, don't take life personally. Well, it's really difficult not to, because everything you experience is your mind. You kind of have to take it personally. But once the spirit awareness gets into soul consciousness, all judgment drops, all inner conflict drops. You now are this emerging pure being. You have a past, you have memory of all that. As a matter of fact, you'll be able to access all of the information from all of the timelines that your eternal soul has created. And in the next video, we're going to talk about enjoining oversouls and timelines. That gets a little complicated. So I hope this is clear enough, and we'll keep exploring this. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again soon.